So ground rules. I want to go over the flow of the evening. Right now, we're going to be doing some talking and continuing to drink, enjoy the hors d'oeuvres. We're going to be having a buffet dinner. That buffet dinner is going to happen after the people talk, which is going to include myself, it's going to include Bootsy, it's going to include Bob Johnson, and it's going to include Luke Savoy. And then maybe Renan. We'll give him a couple minutes. So the ground rules, the first thing to acknowledge is that Dora Dunn and Sam Levan put this incredible evening together, so I'd like to thank them for We have a professional photographer on site, gentleman right there in the middle. There you go. Renan would dearly love for those photographs to be interactive and not all poses. So feel free to do it. Act as normal as you can when somebody's taking your picture. We also have a backdrop for selfies with props over here to my left. So make yourself at home, use the selfies, do it to your heart's content. We also have, and this next one I'm really happy about, we have a fellow named Alan Pauletti right there. Alan is a roving magician tonight. We had the pleasure at Renan's holiday party year before last to have Alan there. He took all my money, but he made me happy. And he is an incredible talent, and so if you get an opportunity for him, he's going to be roving doing small group magic show. He will really amaze you, and I guarantee you will leave that shaking your head going, how does he do that? So, Alan, the pressure's on, okay? Right. And then, as I said before, after we complete the speaking parts, we're going to have buffet dinner. And after the buffet lines are whittled down, we're going to keep one open for you. It's open seating, so there's no assigned seats, so you should try to sit next to somebody you could spend an hour and a half with. And if you don't like them, we can probably do a switch at about 45 minutes. Maybe we can. Anyway, so for those that aren't a part of the company, and this is where I have to promise myself not to cry, because I'm a crier a lot of times. For those that are not a part of the company, Renan and I have been working together. I've been his general counsel for over 14 years of the 16 years that he has been the president and CEO of this company. And it has been absolutely the best 14 years of my professional career. There's not enough to say about it. I will say this, I kept thinking, what are the key things that I've learned or I watched or I participated in with Renan, and what made this place so special? And there's two things I kept coming up with that just kept repeating in my brain. The first is, you have to bring your A game when you come to work here. Renan instilled in his team that I'm going to trust you, but he never said these words exactly. It was his conduct of, I'm going to trust you, but I'm going to trust that you're going to do your absolute best, and I'm going to trust that you do the right thing. And every day, you have to bring your A game, and you have to do your absolute best to represent this company and to make it successful. And he did an incredible job of hiring people with that same mindset. And I feel really blessed that I was a part of that exercise, because we've gotten to hire some really talented people that are taking over for Renan and me as we're leaving out the door. The company's in better hands than it's ever been in with the people that are now going to be running this company, and I'm just thrilled about that. The second thing that Renan did was to somehow, and I haven't yet figured out how he did it, but he instilled in this company a desire that people care about each other and that they do everything they can to help the other people succeed. And that culture, I'm convinced, along with bringing your A game every day, is what has made this company so successful over the years. And the growth that we have seen from the time that Renan first started this company, and it was literally zero, to now when we're well over $1.5 billion a year, with customers that really appreciate the value of the products that we give to them. Sometimes we give it to them, and that's not a good idea, but sometimes we do give it to them. I just thought about that because I know that we've talked about that before. But Renan, thank you for your vision, thank you for your leadership, and thank you for your friendship, because it really means the world to me, and it's been a great run. Thank you. There are 3 other people that we're going to let talk before we give the Renan a microphone. The first is the newly installed CEO for Elbit Systems of America, Luke Savoy. I hope he's here because I haven't seen him. Luke, you're up.
Can I break this off?
You can.
If you don't have a glass, get a glass, because I'll do a toast. Hey, Renan, first off, just thank you for, the opportunity. I have big shoes to fill, figuratively, not literally, because I think my feet are bigger. I will tell you the seriousness of Renan and his love for the company and the love for you all. This was a 10-month process, just to get to my foot and finally into the door, and then a 6-month transition. That's 16 months to ensure that this family was taken care of and done in the manner and takes care of the legacy and everything that Renan created from zero. I remember my first meeting with him. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. You talk to recruiters, you talk to them about a lot of things, but my first interaction with someone with the company was Renan, and I didn't know what I was going to get. I didn't know if this meeting was going to be another meeting of suits and some high-level, buzzword-filled meeting. And it immediately turned into a discussion about our pursuit from 2013, of which both of us remembered the intimate technical details of the effort. And I thought, man, someone like me, and finally someone who has fully invested in their business, knew every detail, knew everything about everything that has ever happened, and I was always concerned about being part of a company and being told, Luke, you can't get down to the details. And here I was talking to the current CEO who remembered the details from over 10 years ago. Luckily, after 10 months of diligence, of ensuring that I was worthy, I started, and we had an extended and lengthy transition. Unheard of really in our industry, but most certainly 100% appropriate. I've been blessed with the time to learn from Renan during that time and see how he interacts with you all, see his passion for the company, see his dedication to the mission, etc. And I will tell you, during that time and my time in Israel with our affiliates, I keep telling everyone, it is so apparent the importance and the love, the passion there is for everything that we do in our mission. And that even became even more and more laser focused during my time, especially after the events of October 7th. I'm very fortunate to have known Renan and continue to know him. I'm incredibly fortunate and blessed and honored to have this responsibility. But his legacy and his effort has been apparent in everything that he has done. Even when him and I have had disagreements, it is always apparent. Mission first, customer first, take care of our employees, about our people, and about our family as a group. So I want to raise a toast to Renan for passion, for mission, for customer, and for family. Yep. Cheers.
The next person we're going to hear from is Bob Johnson, who's the chairman of the Elbit Systems of America board.
I've been around here for 10 years, and I didn't know Renan before that. His leadership took this company from 500 million to $1.5 billion or $1.6 billion. He's been a very important member of the Aerospace Industries Association, and he's a member of the Aviation CEO Club, Conquistadors. I think what I'll never forget about Renan is his energy and his integrity. And the integrity flows throughout the company. He's my friend. I'll miss you. But you and Brenda will come and visit.
Yes.
Renan has made all the difference in the world with his decisions, who he hired, how he acts. I've always enjoyed, in fact, one time, Bootsy and Renan and I had our bald heads pictured, photographed together. There's something about wisdom, you know, the lack of hair. So I had the pleasure of taking Renan to Dubai, where I lived and worked for a long time. And that was as much fun for me as it was for Renan, showing him that culture. Renan, this company will miss you. You have made all the difference in the world, and I've been honored to be a part of your company. Thank you for the experience. A toast. A toast.
Thank you. And then our last speaker before we give it to Renan is Bootsy Maklis, who is the president and CEO of Elbit Systems Limited. And you, was it 10 years now for you?
11.
11. Okay. Wow. There you go. You want to hear or do you want to hold?
Yeah, I will do it too.
Huh?
Okay. Thank you. Good evening. With your permission, I will read from a paper. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We are in difficult times these days, while our home country, Israel, is at war. I would like to share my gratitude to the United States of America for their support to Israel. We appreciate and grateful for that support. I would also like to start with a short prayer for the hostages that are still in captivity. I will say it in Hebrew, following by translation to English. אחינו כל בית ישראל הנתונים בצרה ובשביה, המקום ירחם עליהם ויוציאם מצרה לרווחה ומאפלה לאורה ומשעבוד לגאולה. השתה בעגלה בזמן קריב אמרו אמן. Our brothers and sisters of the whole house of Israel, who are in distress and captivity, may God have mercy on them and bring them from distress to comfort, from darkness to light, from slavery to redemption, now, swiftly, and soon. Amen. Tonight, we mark a special moment in Ranan's journey. We gather to honor his retirement as CEO of Elbit Systems of America. Ranan started his journey in the Israel Defense Forces, where he served for 8 years, supporting a large-scale defense program. After his service, he joined Elbit Systems and moved to the US, first to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and finally to Fort Worth, Texas, to join EFW. He has served in many roles, including Chief Engineer, VP Ground Systems, VP Operation, EVP, and General Manager of EFW. Finally, 16 years ago, he was nominated as the Elbit Systems of America President and CEO. As CEO, Ranan transformed Elbit America from $530 million company to an over $1.5 billion in revenues with 3,500 employees across 12 states. His leadership has led to numerous achievements, including organic growth, strategic acquisitions, and expanding the company footprint to more sites, customers, and markets. As a respected member of the Elbit System management team, Raanan represented ESA's interest while maintaining a global perspective and insights that contributed a lot. Raanan, your passion, dedication, leadership, and commitment has been exemplary. Thank you for leaving a mark on Elbit and the industrial bases in both Israel and the United States. And thank you for being a trusted colleague and friend. I wish you luck, happiness, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Bootsy. All right, it's time for our guest of honor to address the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to introduce Raanan Horowitz, a friend, a leader, and just a great American. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, good evening, everybody, and really thank you for being here. It's great to see so many familiar faces. And thank you, Luke, and Bob, and Bootsy for the warm words. Special thanks to Dora, right over there, for making all the arrangements for this wonderful event. It's all her. So as you can imagine, this is kind of a big milestone for me, having worked at Elbit for 3.5 decades. From the pieces around you, you see over there, and from the pictures, you see I did accomplish some work during these years, but I must admit I also had lots of fun. I'm definitely gonna miss the 4 a.m. Sunday calls with the Elbit senior management in Israel. Luke, it's all yours. As I look forward to my next adventure along with Brenda, my wife, I'm also looking back at the journey I had at Elbit. And really, I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity I had to work with some amazing people, to learn and grow, and to advance U.S. national security. I appreciate the support I received from Elbit America's, as a Elbit America President and CEO, I appreciate the support I got over 16 years from Elbit's leadership, especially Bootsy from you. Thank you very much. From the Elbit board and its key shareholders, David and Miki, thank you very much. From the Elbit America Board of Directors, Bob Johnson, and all the members of the board who are here, and of course, our amazing workforce. I'm really grateful for the welcoming community of Fort Worth, Texas, and for the rewarding friendships I've made all through the years. And Congresswoman Granger, thank you for being here and for your amazing support throughout all these years. When we started Elbit America 33 years ago in a small rented office suite in cold and dreary Grand Rapids, Michigan, I could not have imagined how the company would grow and evolve. The small group I was fortunate to be part of was confident that the innovation, the warfighter focus of Elbit, along with a vibrant and just vast, immense U.S. defense market, had great business potential. And then acquiring the facility over here in Fort Worth, Texas, from General Dynamics in 1993 was a very bold move for Elbit. And not only put us on a trajectory of growth, but also embedded us in a great patriotic community. And of course, it also brought with it plenty of sunshine and much warmer temperatures, even not today, but much warmer temperatures. As we evolved, we defined our mission to deliver innovative solutions that protect and save lives. And I'm very proud of how we succeeded in actually accomplishing this through the years. Providing game-changing technologies to warfighters, providing Border Patrol agents with exceptional situational awareness, improving aviation safety with enhanced flight vision systems, and producing high-accuracy medical diagnostics equipment. With all this, I'm mostly proud of the culture we instilled across our organization, and Luke alluded to it, focusing on 5 core values. Do the right thing, make a difference, embrace one Elbit family, be open, and be bold. Last month, I had the opportunity to visit several of our sites and feel for one additional time the warmth, the dedication, the unwavering commitment of the Elbit America family. So thank you. I am forever thankful for the opportunity to be part of the Elbit America's amazing growth, for the trust given to us by our customers, for the relationships and the friendships I will continue to treasure. And I wish Elbit America, with Luke leading it, continued success in making long-lasting impacts for our customers and the nation. So now it's the end of the serious stuff. Now it's time to drink, to eat, to laugh, and to be happy. Thank you very much for being here.
Don't leave. We decided to do something a bit different for your parting gift. So Sam Levan has recruited and collected favorite places that we all like to eat in many cities across the country, because we know that you're very particular about that. Great recipes that you can try out at home, and we know you have the kitchen that would make that work, right? And then we also have people that contributed various things that, you know, if you're ever feeling nostalgic and you kind of want to reflect on some of the things that you did or didn't do, we've included a collection of those. And it's interesting that you said that you won't miss the 4 a.m. ESL calls, because one of the things that I said, and by the way, I'll apologize in advance, Bootsy. One of the things that you're not going to miss are the 6 a.m. calls from Bootsy in Hebrew saying, "What the hell are you doing?" Right?
It's actually usually at 2:30 a.m. in the morning.
And the other one that I thought about that you're not going to miss is, how many times has Renan come into a meeting and asked the question of the various executives around the table, please raise your hand if you've read sections L and M of the solicitation. You don't ever have to ask that question again. So Renan, enjoy. Thank you for everything that you've done. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
All right, the buffet is open. It's open seating, so find somebody that you generally want to sit next to. You don't negotiate being first in line tonight, so okay? All right, enjoy. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Good job.
Good job.